I think of Tatum. There was a shot of Tatum when he lost the championship to the Warriors. The shot of him watching the confetti come down for the Warriors.
That's not performative. That
No.
literally is like,
Ever again.
I don't ever want to do this. Yeah. He found the way, though.
He did.
And so then it becomes, are you complacent or are you greedy? Was one enough? One's enough if you're great, to kind of seal you for all time. Then there's another room. It's like the club inside the club inside the club. That's the old 90s clubs on the beach where it was like, oh, wait, what's back there?
Welcome to another episode of Out of the System. I'm your host, Leo Climaco. Today's guest, man, it's someone I've been watching for a very, very long time. And I am extremely happy to have him on the show today. He is the radio play-by-play host of the Miami Heat, Jason Jackson.
What a pleasure to be here.
How are you, sir?
Well, as we tape this, I'm less than a week out from the rigors of yet another.
Yes, you are.
My 22nd season with the Miami Heat.
So you're one minus LeBron.
Well, I was covering the NBA when LeBron was in elementary school.
Yes.
So, but with the Heat specifically, and what a great run it's been. I was really contemplating my time and my role with this team the other day, and to have a full generation of Heat fans, and now the younger end of it, are starting. When I started, are now all adults.
Oh yes,
with their own season tickets, with their own families,
with their own kids.
They now have kids.
Yes.
Their kids are probably in college. No, it's such a blessing. I've had 3 major television jobs, and 2 of them have been in Miami.
Wow.
My first job out of college in 1994 was at WSVN. Channel 7.
Are you from Miami?
No, I grew up in Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it was a foreign dynamic, just namely not having to shovel snow.
Oh yeah.
That'll create a love affair immediately.
No hoodies, no gloves, no scarves.
Well, there's plenty of that, but we do it when we're sweating down here. That's the thing that's ridiculous. We'll wear anything,
right,
and everything.
It's true,
but it's it's not rarely temperature appropriate. And then 7 years at ESPN, and now 21 years now moving into a 22nd with the 3-time world champion.
Incredible.
Hold on, let me make sure. Yeah.
That's
Miami
awesome.
Heat. So it's one of the great blessings of my life to have been a part of something. That's the difference.
Right.
At Channel 7 at ESPN, you're on the outside looking in, and you're chronicling what's going on for your viewers.
Right.
But to be a part of the team, to be a team employee, is to enjoy a togetherness that's unlike the other entities.
100%. That's incredible. Did you always want to be involved in the NBA? Was that always your goal, or that just happened for you?
No, it did. It just kind of happened. Yeah. I grew up wanting to play baseball.
Okay.
I love it. It's a love affair that I've had. It doesn't love me back the same way, but that oftentimes is most relationships.
That's how the best relationships go. Yes.
Exactly. If you love something, it almost doesn't matter.
Right.
How much it loves you back when it's unconditional. But when you grow up in the Midwest, it's a rite of spring.
Right.
Right. The sound of the cleats, the smell of the cut grass. You're still going to get hit with frost, and you're going to hit a baseball off the wrong end of the bat, and it's going to shake your entire foundation your 8-year-old body can't handle. But I loved baseball. And when I moved in the middle of middle school from Northeast Ohio to Southwest Ohio, from Cleveland to Cincinnati. And I brought the Browns with me, but I left the then Indians, now Guardians.
Yes.
And embraced the Cincinnati Reds, post-Big Red Machine, pre-90 World Series championship.
Okay.
So a pocket of nothingness. So I feel pure about my love affair with the Reds, who are, as we tape this, clinging on to the final wild card spot.
Yes.
And it's funny because we had to crawl up to get it. And so it's just amazing. Like right now, as we tape this, I'll walk out the door a half hour before first pitch.
Right.
Of the last home series for Cincinnati against the Pirates. And it seems like just a throwaway series, but we must dominate that series. Do you hear me talking about it like it's I'm playing?
I feel the passion.
Like I'm an owner or in the front office.
I can hear the play-by-play.
And I probably was better suited for baseball play-by-play because I have more stuff on my mind than what basketball's tempo allows. But no, man, I loved baseball. I wanted to coach high school baseball. I thought I was going to be a high school teacher who taught for 30 years and coached and touched these young lives. But my father hit me with a line that changed everything. I will not subsidize the education of another educator. It's cold. It was cold-blooded, man. But he was a teacher for a little while. My mom was a teacher for 33 years.
Wow.
Educators throughout both sides of the
So
family.
he understood.
He was just, while it is a vocation, while it's a calling,
Right.
it's not easy.
No, it's not.
Jason, you like nice stuff. Like, he knew his oldest son. He did. And I've been able to teach in different ways in this profession.
Right.
Particularly young people coming into the career. I wish teaching, and maybe someday it will be, maybe at the collegiate level as an adjunct. But he did me right. He steered me to, back then there was the Myers-Briggs assessment. And it took your personality and your interest, fused that, and showed you a list of careers.
Right.
Number 2 on my list was broadcaster.
Wow.
Super fortunate to have a instructional television program in my high school, mid-'80s. I mean, it's commonplace now.
Right.
But 30, 40 years ago. So we were really fortunate. Introduced to the craft, spent all 4 years in college at Bowling Green State University studying radio, television, film, and then got a really cool job in a market that far exceeded my experience.
Yeah.
Coming out of high school, coming out of college here in Miami, here in South Florida. And
what year was that?
That was 1994. So
Okay.
94, 95.
Got it.
I was at Channel 7. The Super Bowl was here that winter. And so ESPN saw me on television, nonstop. That was back when the Super Bowl teams would come to the host city 2 weeks ahead of time.
Okay.
So they spent all that time from the conference championship.
Training, media week.
They did everything. They had a week to themselves to train in that city, and then they did all their other obligations plus practice.
Right.
The second week. And so it was the Niners and the Chargers were in that Super Bowl. And I was on TV all the time. And so it
Was
appealed.
that Steve Young?
That was Steve Young,
Yeah.
And Coach Harbaugh was the Chargers quarterback.
Yes.
Yeah. That game was so dominated by the 49ers, though. I did a live report for Channel 7 right before the Super Bowl started. Before I got into my seat, it was 7-0. The Niners were full. That was Steve Young's first real full Niners team post-Montana.
Got it.
He was not wasting that opportunity.
No, he was
I think
not.
they scored 45 points in that game.
Wow.
Pretty positive. So I was discovered at that point. Channel 7 wasn't quite ready to let me go in the first year. And ESPN just was pretty focused on bringing me in, and they eventually did.
Did
in the winter
ESPN
of 95.
already have a presence here in South Florida?
Not at that time.
Not at that
they were
time.
just here for big events, and what's bigger than the Super Bowl?
Right.
And so just about almost a year later, they did whatever had to be done to alter my contract with Sunbeam Communications.
And it wasn't Disney
was it.
back then.
It was not. It was ABC Cap
It was
Cities.
ABC.
So it was ABC and the old Cap Cities music company, and Disney purchased them, I believe, in '96. So right inside my first year. And then right in the midst of me just trying to figure out, as a really young, terrible SportsCenter anchor, thank God for ESPN News. I got to anchor every day for a year.
How was that?
Oh my God, let me tell you, the imposter syndrome, without having a terminology for it, in the mid '90s, was epic every day. I mean, that came on, and it was like, you're so happy, and then like, oh my God, I got to do this show without bleeping up. And I just hadn't anchored a lot. But I was so thankful for the opportunity and the trust. Like, they gave me a year to show that I wasn't ready, and then gave me another year to get ready. And then in that third year, man, it was time to really spread my wings, and that's when I started covering the NBA every day.
That's awesome.
About '97. It was the 50th anniversary of the NBA, and I hosted my first NBA show, NBA Today, in substitution for Mark Jones, who we've just had a parallel connection in our careers. He worked for the Miami Heat broadcast for a little while as well. And ever since then, it was just NBA, wall to wall and baseball in my personal time.
So you started probably right when the NBA really became the NBA.
Right after, I'm going to give the NBA really its explosion with Magic and Larry.
Okay.
With those 80s
Yeah.
Lakers and Celtics
Yeah,
teams.
yeah.
I think all but, was there a finals that didn't have one or the other in the 80s? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think one of the two.
Maybe
and
one.
then
I
five
think the
times or
Pistons.
6 times against each other. But I think the Lakers were
That's right. Yeah,
their
yeah,
opponent in
yeah,
'89.
yeah.
Yeah, so every finals in the 80s and 90s had either the Celtics or the Lakers.
Yes.
8 of the 9, maybe.
Yes.
And so that was really the period. Jordan just took it to another level.
Whole new level.
So I got Michael's pieces of his last 3 Bulls championships.
Yes.
And at ESPN, and then it was time to find my way back to paradise.
How was that seeing that?
The Jordan era?
Yes. Well, just seeing basketball at that time,
Yeah.
you know, knowing what you know now, being able to compare that era and this era. How was seeing that at that
So my
time?
ESPN era bridged the Jordan era into the Shaq and Kobe era.
Okay.
So a little San
Yes.
Antonio in there.
Yes.
Obviously, right before I started covering the NBA every day, that was those Rockets teams that
Yes.
won back to back.
Elijah won.
It was just nice to see it emerge, kind of fighting into that second spot. The NFL, I think
king.
Howie Long said this best when he went into the Hall of Fame years ago. Baseball is America's pastime, but football is America's passion.
Yes.
It's the one thing in American popular culture, which I include sports in, that makes you wait. Sure, it's on a few times a week. Your team plays once
Yes.
every 7 days. Maybe if you have the Thursday game and you
Right.
get that but once in that cycle, plus the bye. Everything else is on 3-4 times a week. So that sport makes you wait for the thing you covet the most.
It's true.
It's basically our modern day gladiators. We're watching
Yes.
these men just
Go at it.
75 car wrecks every time they're in front of us, plus practice, plus their training. It's astonishing, that game. And then who's next? And I was watching during that period where I felt like the NBA, professional basketball, was passing my favorite sport, like in real time. And I think what really happened most and best for the NBA is that Commissioner Stern and his crew through the 80s started marketing stars over teams.
Yes.
You still loved your team, where you're from, but stars, and it's kind of the problem we have now, I think, with young fans, is that they rather just travel around with their favorite player rather than just love their hometown team.
Guilty.
Yeah, please, I have 2 boys that do the same. And listen, if they tell the truth under Surum, they better talk about the Heat being in their soul. But they've had players that
Right.
they've liked that were not Heat players.
But I do think that that's where the NFL wins.
Always team all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's also where baseball has failed, is that I don't know if either works. Baseball's become very regional,
Yeah.
but I don't know if it's passionate. I don't know, because I'm bathed in the team that I grew up loving.
Right. You're biased.
Yeah. And the greatest players in the game, the vast majority of them were not born in the United States.
Right.
And so it's just another layer of, can you make the globalization of your game a leading piece? The NBA's done a very good job with that.
They have. What is it? 7 out of the last 10
As many as
MVPs
are all from somewhere.
are all international. Yeah.
While the U.S. game, I think, is still super healthy. I just think the one thing about U.S. basketball, not USA basketball, the entity,
Right.
but American basketball at the grassroots level, at some point has to come with the reckoning. We have got to come out of the scholastic association with sports. I don't know how you do that, but the club approach to sports is healthier for education and healthier for the sport.
I see what you're
Why
saying.
the two things intertwined in America specifically the way they have?
right.
I have no idea. I can't identify why that worked here, but not in South America, not in the
Right.
Caribbean, not in Europe, not in Africa,
It's
not
very
in Australia.
true.
The club, we identify the best players in our city or our region, and then we'll build them from 8 years old up. It has
Right.
nothing to do with their schooling whatsoever. Schools still have sports in all those other places,
Yes.
but much more recreational and inclusive. And then the elite stuff is just entirely separate. And we should probably
Was it
try to get
just
to
like
that.
an easy funnel?
I think it was money.
Yeah.
You know, it's really good for
It always
the
goes back to
local high
money.
school,
Yes.
the local college, to have that stuff as an influx for them. I'd love to study it. It'll have to be after I'm done working. In my early 60s, I'll look into it.
What do you think of the AAU?
Hate it.
Tell me why.
Not even. And by the way, let's speak to my hypocrisy. My second son, Division I basketball player, for a couple of years at FAMU, we built an AAU team around him.
Wow.
To make sure that he had the right looks.
Yeah.
And we had to do it for two reasons. One, the team we thought he was going to play on a Nike Elite team, and it never happened. Nike only hands out so many teams.
Right.
And they didn't have a prominent team in South Florida. We thought one was coming. It didn't happen. He's a junior in high school. And COVID's we didn't know it was coming, but it came.
Yeah.
And thank God we built that team. Or he might not have even gotten the looks he looked. And it ended up being a coach who saw him as a sophomore who ended up recruiting him. And then the other, he only had two offers.
Wow.
To Florida A&M and to Belmont Abbey, which is outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. Because that was just such a weird time of recruitment.
It was so strange.
Couldn't have your campus visits. Coaches couldn't come to your school, all because of the
All
pandemic.
through video and Zoom.
It's all it was. And but back to AAU. I think the vast majority, probably 90% of the people who coach in AAU and coaching, again, a vocation.
Right.
A calling, not just something you just decide to do. I don't want to make it sound divine, like
No, I know what
ministry,
you mean.
but
I know
it's
what you
pretty
mean.
close.
Yeah.
Because you are building young men and women
Yes.
from scratch
Right.
through sports.
And a lot of them have no fathers.
There's a good, oftentimes, I don't, there's a part of me that doesn't want to say a lot. The tough thing about basketball, it's always been a city game.
Yes.
So the beginning of basketball, kids who live in the city, predominantly ethnic Europeans, was the early phase of hoop. Always like a little bit of a country vibe for folks who lived on the edges, and they put a hoop on a pole.
Very
to all my
interesting.
friends in Indiana who were like, wait, we live in the city. But then the city changed, right? White flight, the Great Migration. So now the cities are predominantly black. I think about my teams. There were a lot of dads on those two AAU teams.
That's good to hear.
But it was Miami. It was unique. Man, I had one brother, 5 Latinos, 2 Jewish kids, and nobody was tall. That was my team. And we were able to travel the country and bring home some hardware because we were focused on development of young men.
Okay.
Not just basketball players.
Right.
Well-intentioned coaches who get caught up in one of 2 or 3 things. Their zealotry for the sport, which may or may not be shared by kids who just recognize they're good at it, or parents who recognize there's a path to free education and or more money.
There's that too. Yeah.
And then just not having not developed the skill of coaching. Coaching is a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
X and O's, personality management, personal development.
Therapist.
Oh my God. Keep going. We can make a list that ends.
Mm-hmm.
There's a building that comes to that oftentimes starts in very humble, unexposed spaces. It's not the first person on the bench screaming plays, demeaning people, demanding money. Like that, these are all elements in AAU. It's not all that AAU is. AAU, by the way, I go back to my grandmother on my mom's side. That was the highest level of competition in the 30s, and then you get to, the early 2000s, and it looks like, in many ways, in many places, a money grab that doesn't serve families or players. And
how do you fix it?
It's the club system.
Yeah.
It's taking the professional entities in each city and making them the stewards of the development of the young people in their town. Now, how do you, again, you're studying the club system for basketball and soccer all over the world.
Right.
You just study that.
As a podcaster, I needed a place to share my voice and hear other stories. That's how Forge Studios was born, a place created not just for me, but for everyone searching for something more. An environment where as soon as you walk in, you feel the energy and you feel welcomed. Where being seen and heard is part of the experience. A place for entrepreneurs to share their journey, for creators to bring ideas to life, for businesses to grow authentically. A space that values mental health, encourages real conversations, and supports those who turns ideas into impact. Here at the Ford Studios, creativity, culture, and purpose aligns and comes together to help you create something greater. A place where we leave the filters behind and we start expressing ourselves for real. The Ford Studio. Your journey starts here. Your impact starts now.
Right.
How do you find the equity in that from town to from town to town?
I'm from Brazil, so I get that very well.
So you get it,
yes.
right? Like it seems seamless. It seems that there's some exclusion,
For sure.
right? But that's on skill.
But if you're good,
That's
you
on
will be
skill.
found. Yes.
That's on skill.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure there's many people rolling their eyes at my Pollyanna approach. But if it works in other sports and other places in the world, it's not above us or below us. Like, we should be able to figure that out.
Right. Do you think it's ever going to change?
Probably not now. Right. To like reallocate where funds are flowing,
Yeah.
to stop the water running through
Right.
the desert to create the Grand Canyon. Good luck.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I do.
We'd be reinstituting finances, and that's challenging.
Yeah.
It would really take the leagues to say, here is the only way we're receiving our players. And I don't know if everybody's interested in that. MLS seems to be on it. MLS seems to be on it.
It's easier for them because
Yeah.
soccer does it worldwide.
It's their approach.
Yeah.
But why can't junior NBA be that? Why can't be the RBI program?
Because
be
all
that?
the colleges are
they
going to
lose
protest.
their,
they lose their
what,
mind.
baby?
Yeah.
And I get it, but you reset what that all is. I don't.
Right.
It'd be actually more collegial.
Yeah.
If you had the people that weren't destined for the elite, but you had just that next layer. It would, I don't know. Nobody.
Wasn't it
nobody's-
that they were saying that some states, the highest paid employee is the football coach for the university or the basketball coach, depending on the college?
Yeah. I think that was Nick Saban in Alabama. He was the first one on that front. Yeah, and you have to say that the priorities of life are out of order. We say at the Miami Heat, led by Pat Riley, of course, this is his line. We work in the toy department of human affairs.
The Godfather.
Come on, man. The toy department of human affairs. The many different places, our health, both mental and physical, our personal relationships, our career endeavors, so many different things that are of interest in life. And the toy store is the diversion. Toy store is the gift. Sometimes it's the encouragement, it's the motivation.
Right.
I look at it very simply as you may have had a hard day at work. You may have a hard life situation. You may have relationships that take a toll on you. But we are here 82 nights plus 6 preseason games, and I hope 25 postseason games, so that you can push pause on all of that. Feel some sort of community.
Yeah.
Because everybody's throwing on one of our 900 jerseys that we will sell to you.
That many.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Me, myself, I have about 8.
Yeah. Oh, we take pride in our retail now.
Yeah.
We don't play around. We don't play around with that. And allow you to shut off whatever ails you for 3 hours and enjoy yourself.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Speaking of money, I want to touch this point real quick.
Yeah.
What do you think about all these college kids getting paid now?
It's fair. I don't know if I love it, but it's fair.
Right. I know what you mean. I know what you
The
mean.
business changed right in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
And I think it goes back to that first big deal. And it was 20, 25 years ago
Yeah.
when CBS and the NCAA made that huge, I think it was the first $1 billion deal. NFL maybe already had one, but it was the first college
Right.
$1 billion deal for the men's NCAA tournament. There might have been some women's obligation in there too.
Yeah.
But that was when I was like, oh no, this is not equitable. I don't care how many degrees you let somebody get for free. It does not match that.
And that was probably cheap.
At that point,
yeah.
Probably. But because of the timing and what preceded it, that was the deal. And I said to myself then that this is not sustainable just with scholarships. And it was a boondoggle for the NCAA university system to be able to have that much money for that amount of time. And now the chickens have come home to roost. And they had to put together the pool of money to take care of a certain group of players with that
which makes
the
sense.
House Act, right? I mean, you leaned on people's names and likenesses. Like that's and the fact that it didn't come to pass earlier was pretty crazy. But again, our thinking is only as forward as our present oftentimes, which is a shame. Like we should be able, with all these smart people who make this ton of money, that that somebody along the line said, hey, you think we should pay the kids? And they said, get out of here. And they kept moving, not knowing that eventually that was going to be the scenario. What I do not like is that we then should create, this is a very adult-based money.
Yeah.
Right?
It's millions.
It's life-altering oftentimes.
Yeah.
Even when it's hundreds of thousands.
Right.
Even when it's tens of thousands.
For sure.
There has to be an obligation. And it has to be very similar to work, but not be an employee. Like, I don't think kids should be employees of a university. And as much as there was an argument for that, they don't want to be. You don't want that.
Right.
What you do want is some certainty in the programs. You come and take this money, you're here. You sign a contract, you're here. Very similar to coaches. Now, if something becomes disrupted, right, or I guess you can negotiate a clause in your contract, whatever it is that coaches do. But if your coach that recruited you leaves, you have a massive life issue. Parents die, sibling pat, you want to be closer to home. There's some reasonable things that can be put into that, but I wish every sport had a standard operating thing, including basketball, where you're here for 3 years. Like, we need to be able to develop you and your body and mind in that first year. Not everybody's going to play. Then we can figure out where you fit into the system and hopefully even grow into that third year. And baseball, football already have this, in place. You either go to the pros as a high school player in baseball or you go play for 3 years. Football, I mean, it's just your body's not ready for the rigors of the NFL until about your third year anyway.
Right.
And so on and so on. So why don't we just make that uniform? Just minimally, you got to come in for 3 years. The portal has its pluses and minuses. Relationships sometimes don't work.
Right.
But oftentimes we're chasing ghosts. I didn't like my playing time, or your uncle's whispering in your ear, or mama doesn't like the way coach talked to you, or the university sold you a bill of goods. Like, some of that is real,
right?
And some of it you're chasing stuff that's not real. They're just these things that don't suit you. We got to be able to decipher those.
Navigate that madness.
Got to be able to tell the difference. And then decide if we really need to go. But then, you got great stories like Cam Ward at UM comes for a year, and he's the #1 pick. And it looks like Carson Beck is moving to, maybe that's the new quarterback use.
Right.
We'll bring you in for 1 year and get you where you need to be. I don't know if I love it, but it's a way. It's a process. It's like bringing free agency almost into.
And it's a copycat league.
College basketball, college sports.
Right.
It shouldn't be so reactionary. Let's see if we can build a relationship. Let's see if we can win together. Let's see if we can get you to understand that the process isn't I'm 17 dictating what's going to happen. I'm 17 with an opportunity to perform, forcing what's going to occur because I'm that guy or I'm that gal.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I do agree that there's got to be kind of like in the NBA, right? If you're a rookie in the NBA, you have a chance to make more money by staying with that team.
Absolutely.
But you got to
And you're locked in for 4 years, by the way.
Exactly.
As a first-round pick.
Yeah.
So we get to learn about each other a little bit first.
Right.
Before we start. And if you want to put something in the middle, there's an extension dynamic even for first-round picks. That after a couple of years, let's see if we like each other. And then we'll go from there. There's a balance there to be had.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go into the NBA a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like the NBA is going through a roller coaster ride the past decade where we had super teams.
Right.
And I think now it's leveled out a little bit. There's more parity.
The most I've ever seen,
Yes.
which I enjoy. I don't know what to say. What, 7 straight new champions? Is that what?
Yes.
Since 19, right?
Yeah.
There's something nostalgic as you look back on dominance and teams that won multiple championships. But I think there's something I've dug watching the Raptors to OKC all be champions. It's healthy for the league.
Yes.
To have more stars.
Yes.
And so I think that's what's kind of
Not
found
too
its
top
way
heavy.
into the last 5 to 7 years is that you go into a season believing that you have a chance. There's more than one way to build a team.
Right.
If you want to, and by the way, this new collective bargaining agreement, not to bore your audience, it creates an environment where it's really hard to create that Boston or Miami or KD out in San Francisco style juggernaut. You're going to get the generational player through the draft if you do it right. You might be able to add one more, but that's about it. And then you need to build your team.
Right.
And the way that Presti has done it, Sam Presti, the leader of basketball operations in OKC, man, that was a long time.
Took forever.
They were in the finals against the Miami Heat in 12, and they were in the finals in 25.
12 years.
There aren't a lot of metropolises around the nation that have a dozen years of patience.
Right.
Now, the last couple of years, you've been able to see it progress for OKC, but it was a legit dozen years of not being a part of it before they were back at it. And when they got to it, they were ready to seize the day. There's something to incremental improvement versus kind of splashing around and trying to figure it out.
Do you think that what the Pacers are doing is similar to OKC?
Yes and no, right? So it's identifying what's the one piece that we can get, right? That move to get Halliburton. Remember, since Sabonis out,
Yes.
that was like, ooh, what is going on? So they saw something they needed with their group, and then little piece by little piece. Sometimes it's a discarded piece from another opponent, not a huge star, right?
And I think Siakam was
That was beautiful.
That was
But
huge.
that was again timing because Toronto was ready to do something different, but hopping on it, right?
Yeah.
So you have a couple pieces that were elsewhere, a couple pieces that are part of you. I feel the Heat are kind of like this right now.
Yes.
Is that we do lean on our development, right? Because we've been really so good at it, and it also helps with navigating this very challenging collective bargaining agreement. But you had to go get Jimmy. You had to go make a deal when Jimmy was ready to not be a part of it.
Yeah.
And now we're in a place where, I look at, as we tape this, Tyler Hero's injured, and we're not going to probably see him till November, December. But I'm less angst-filled than I would have been if we didn't make the deal for Norm Powell, and if we didn't have who was on the precipice of becoming an all-star. And then now it feels a lot more all-in with Andrew Wiggins, who has been a champion and an all-star. And so those guys have got to seize the day. And there are going to be other guys that get opportunities, Davion Mitchell, and others that I'm probably not thinking about right now.
Vasquez.
Jaquez,
excuse me.
Who will get opportunities. And it's hot. Listen,
Yes.
Tyler's doing this right now. So it's not, the expectation can't be, hey, replace 25, 6, and 6.
Right.
It's just,
How do you do
be
that?
the best version of you.
Right.
Be the best version of you, and we'll do this together.
Do you think the Jimmy era was a success?
Yes, absolutely.
I agree. 2 finals.
2 trips to the finals, which felt better if you win one.
Right.
Obvious circumstances in each, right? Gordon and Bam are healthy in 20. We played 6 games in that series against that Lakers championship team. I'd like to see guys at a better physical dynamic, and then again, who knows what the psychological aspect of being sequestered in that bubble was for everybody. Granted, these 2 teams made it to the end. Let us not forget Jimmy, who was magnificent in 2023.
Oh, my God.
Got hurt in those conference semifinals.
Yes.
Against
Boston.
New York.
Oh, New York. New York. Yes.
And was powering through, and no Tyler at all during that run to the finals. not laying down excuses. It's just
marvel
at what occurred with all of those hurdles. And at 100%, Lord knows.
Was that game 3 or game 5 when he balled out and dropped 40?
Oh, in the bubble.
In the finals, in the bubble. Yeah.
4 or 5.
Something like that, right?
40-point triple-double.
Yes, he balled out.
That image of him hunched over the stanchion.
He was exhausted, yes.
Yeah. Think
were
about
you
the
there?
image of no, we were in the arena calling those games remotely.
Got it.
Weirdest stuff ever. But what an amazing run.
You were at the Heat Arena.
I'm in Miami while they're
Got
in
it.
Orlando. Yeah. Craziness.
That's crazy.
And of all the teams that were covering games, we were the closest to their actual team.
That's true. It's true.
Or the Magic would have been. I don't know. I don't know if they were invited, actually. I don't know.
They were.
All the teams.
They were.
Initially.
I think I recall seeing Banchero there. How do you judge the bubble? How do you view it? Is there an asterisk?
No.
No. Okay.
No, that had to be one of the hardest
Yes, I agree with you.
finals to get done.
No family.
No family, no friends. To the very end. Like
No
the champs,
audience.
I think they started bringing that. No atmosphere. Global uncertainty. Like we hadn't had anything like that for 100 years in our nation. So to begin to manage it and try to get everything back up and running in a much more complicated time than World War I, it's pretty amazing.
Why do you think so many people look down on that bubble and put an asterisk next to it?
I almost don't care to even consider why. Because I don't know.
Right.
That we were all kind of just off in our own little space for a year and a half, right? Like we were just so not together that everybody had an opinion about everything all the time and had not much more to do than to work on their uninformed or ill-advised opinions. I think that's one thing about being a fan is that we get the grace of being insane. It's like, that's it, right?
It's true.
Fanatic is the actual word that we shortened. And
to make it sound nicer.
Yeah. I don't think there's nothing complimentary about being insane about anything.
Yeah.
And what happens to us when we love our team. My brother loves basically the same teams I do, but he hates them because of his love for them. It makes no sense. He will be hot and bothered about stuff that we're supposed to enjoy, but mostly because we're Browns fans, and so we've gone through. The Browns won the last NFL championship before it became Super Bowls, and we've had a taste and opportunity twice in our lifetime to get to the Super Bowl, and of course those two things didn't occur, and then the team moved to Baltimore in the mid-'90s.
Yeah.
Won a couple championships that are supposed to be mine, and I remind all my Ravens friends, those are my titles. and then we haven't had a real opportunity since returning in '99 to getting there and bad decisions and all these craziness. But we still show up. That's the crazy part. We still show up. That will always be our team. We will never root for another team. We probably don't root for the other teams we love as much as we root for the Browns because we feel like we have earned this agony.
The blood, sweat, and tears.
So when I hear it from a Heat fan or a fellow Reds fan, I try to have at least an understanding that, this is my Browns-ish.
Yes.
They're just doing it in these other places, and one of them happens to be my profession. So I tend to have a little bit more knowledge than the average fan about what's going on with our team. Just a little bit.
It's true.
Just a little bit.
Right, just a little bit.
But I allow for whatever discourse needs to happen. Because it goes back to what I said before.
Right.
It's not that serious.
No, it's not.
It's billions and billions of dollars.
Yes.
That makes it heavy sometimes.
Yeah.
But it is still supposed to be our diversion, our enjoyment, our escape. And so I try to keep it there.
One of my best friends, he's a New Yorker. I'm from New York originally. He's a Jets fan, a Mets fan, and a Knicks fan. That man suffers a lot. He suffers a lot.
Man.
Yeah, Jets, Mets, and Knicks.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. That poor man suffers.
How old is your buddy?
He's turning 40 this year.
Okay, man, he didn't even get the 86.
No. He was born in 86.
At 86. He can claim it from the womb. That's tough, man.
Yeah.
But that's, but I'm glad he still hangs in.
He's die Hard.
Still hangs in.
Die hard.
Yeah.
Could never even fathom rooting for another team.
Yeah. Bless his heart.
Yeah.
That's how it should be, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. These
As a podcaster, I needed a place to share my voice and hear other stories. That's how Forge Studios was born. A place created not just for me, but for everyone searching for something more. An environment where as soon as you walk in, you feel the energy and you feel welcomed. Where being seen and heard is part of the experience. A place for entrepreneurs to share their journey, for creators to bring ideas to life, for businesses to grow authentically. A space that values mental health, encourages real conversations, and supports those who turns ideas into impact. Here at the Forge Studios, creativity, culture, and purpose aligns and comes together to help you create something greater. A place where we leave the filters behind and we start expressing ourselves for real. The Forge Studio. Your journey starts here. Your impact starts now.
kids that came up, at the right time with the Warriors, that came up at the right time with us, right?
That's me.
In 2010, right?
I am a die-hard LeBron fan.
Yeah, you were going wherever he was going.
I go wherever he goes.
that's it.
Wherever.
That's it.
I became a Heat fan because of LeBron.
We were happy to have you.
Yes.
We're happy to have you. It is, I said this today, I was giving a talk about leadership in sports. And I tried to get these young people to understand that while we will talk about Michael Jordan as the greatest player of all time,
Yep.
that's, I don't even know if that's the right conversation or the right moniker for it, right? He carried the mantle from Magic and Bird to a higher plane.
Yeah.
LeBron's probably, without question, find a specimen
Yes.
to battle in our sport. But man, I will put Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in that resume from high school to college
Yes.
to the pros. Try to bring one that matches. Try to
tough.
bring one that matches. I think he won a couple
It's real
Catholic
tough.
City championships in New
Yeah.
York. Power Memorial, right? UCLA.
UCLA.
Let us, I mean, come on. What, they won 88 straight?
Yeah.
Like something crazy.
Something insane.
Right? And then his time
I'm Milwaukee.
in Milwaukee as a champion, and then Los Angeles 5 more times. 6-time NBA champion, 6-time MVP. For the time until recent memory, the greatest scorer in the history of the NBA.
Yes.
Double-digit All-Stars and All-NBAs. And then the longevity, right? That now is only
20 plus years, right?
plus, yeah.
Yeah.
Now LeBron's setting a whole new level. I feel like 25 is his number now.
You think
I don't
so?
know if he'll ever say it out loud, but it feels like that's a beautiful kind of
Right.
roundness to him. And so he's got a couple years left for that. But so that's how I kind of look at how to speak about these guys properly,
Yeah. It's so hard to compare. It's different eras, different generations, different NBA culture, different rules,
different worlds.
different worlds.
You think about what Bill Russell and those guys went through, basically in the integration of the league,
Right.
the integration of our society,
Yes.
moving out of Jim Crow into separate but equal into equal rights while playing in the Toy Store.
Rough.
I mean, oof. Then you get to this era where television has exploded everything and the NBA is taken seriously, late 70s, early 80s. Michael landed at the perfect time. And as Michael was wrapping it up, Shaq and Kobe into LeBron, let's put Iverson in there too.
Yeah.
And now it's a multi-billion-dollar business where the Los Angeles Lakers sells for what the Cowboys
Oh
are
my
valued
goodness.
for. And it's just like, we went from $6 billion to $10 billion
Like that
in
in 1
consecutive
year.
sales.
Yeah.
And the Portland Trailblazers will sell for less than the $6 billion. So it's like, think about the big markets and the big teams and the legacy teams. What they mean to the sport is everything.
That's
They
insane.
mean everything.
Right.
That's all.
I do think that Steph Curry had a similar effect to Jordan.
Style,
Yeah,
the way the game is played.
correct.
Yes.
He changed the game
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
I
Not
don't
for the
think-
better.
Right.
Better for him.
For him.
Better probably for the league, even though that can be debated. But the poor kids trying to be something
Yeah.
that is not reasonable.
Right.
Not recognizing that because you didn't have to fly through the air, right? Didn't feel like you had to be all that.
Right.
Let's give Steph credit for his body and his work because remember, we all thought Steph was going to be a washout of this league
100%.
in his third or fourth year because his
Yeah.
ankles would not hold up. I remember that 4-year, $40 million
Short,
deal.
skinny.
Dude, they signed that man for $40 million, and it was like, well, now $10 million for a guy that looks like he's a pretty good shooter, man. That's a deal. But I
Right.
get it because his body, like it was good a deal for both of them.
Yes.
If he got his body together, what a win for Golden State. And for him, it's I've got some sort of longevity and certainty in that I'm still making generational money, even though it's not the biggest money that
Right.
can be made. And then there was an explosion after that, and the history's been written. But I say it kiddingly because it's not Steph's fault
No.
for being great at something.
No.
It just felt relatable
Right.
because even though he's 6'1", 6'2", he looks smaller on the floor. And so everybody who picked up a basketball said, let me launch it from 30, not realizing that was a skill set and a gift
Yes.
at the same time.
And also, it was really how that team was constructed that really made them successful, right?
Absolutely.
Like, I don't think their intentions was to chuck threes,
Not at
but
all.
just they were designed that way where he could have that liberty if he wanted to.
And it helped that Clay
Exactly.
could counter that. You couldn't just put everybody
He's so
On Steph.
underestimated.
oh,
Clay is so underestimated.
yeah, not from his teammates.
No,
Not from his coaches,
no.
and not from his combatants.
Correct.
Fans, like, again, that's why we go, okay, I get it, need you. Part of the whole premise of how this all works.
Yes.
But we are not going to make the assessment of where an all-time great fits because we all know that a Klay Thompson, a Scottie Pippen, that type of complementary player is the essential part of becoming a championship team.
I agree.
Yep.
I was watching a reel where they were asking, whose career would you rather have? Klay Thompson or PG?
That's not debatable.
No, I agree.
They should have said Robert Ory.
Yes.
You know, like that the guy that has ring after
Mr.
ring after
007.
ring after ring after ring, but isn't the biggest star. You
Yeah.
know, but now has a beautiful encore career.
Yeah.
You know, as a broadcaster out west. That's the thing I would wonder of not even just a fan, but a player who's in the midst of trying to get there. Would you like to be a role player on multiple championships teams,
Right.
or the guy, and maybe the championship's not guaranteed? It depends on where they are on their timeline to that answer,
True.
by the way.
It's true.
The deeper you get on that timeline, boy, you just want that.
I'm
that
thinking of Carmelo
forever
because he would have changed his answers a few times
Yeah.
throughout his career.
along the way. But it was great. I was with Carmelo at the Hall of Fame enshrinement.
How was that?
Awesome. It's such a great thing to do and be a part of whatever sport you love or
Yes.
sports you love.
Right.
Make sure you get to a Hall of Fame. Two things occur. One, you get to see this forever moment for one of the forever greats.
Yeah.
Right? That you can believe in that. There's some talk about the Basketball Hall of Fame because our game governs all of basketball.
Yes.
High school, college, international, men's, women's, past, present. That's a lot to cover.
It is a lot.
And so sometimes it's not the same appreciation of everybody that goes in. And we always have big classes too. But it's a forever moment for a forever great. But the other thing that I think that's awesome is there are human statues among the proceedings. That the greats of all time, and the NBA is just starting to lose those older greats.
Yes.
But man, for so long, because this league is relatively young, not quite 80 years old yet,
Wow.
that everybody who was great, damn near everybody who was great, was present and always at the Hall of Fame, always at All-Star. And so that's the thing I probably enjoy the most. It's like being in a museum, except the
Right.
pieces are human.
A real live museum.
They're right there to talk to.
Who do you see as the up and coming generation that's going to be the future Hall of Famers?
I mean, SGA is on the track there.
For sure.
It's on the track there.
Tatum.
I always feel like Tatum's, yep, absolutely. I feel like you have to sustain your highest level of excellence no less than a half decade. So it's going to take you 2 or 3 years to get to it if you're human. LeBron, I think it was a year, and then boom.
He's
But 2 or 3 years to get to the height of where you're going to be. And then can you sustain? Now you're in your 8th year. So there's just going to be some fall off from there. So that's the only requirement I have, that you are one of the best, top 10 players in the game for a half decade. And so, Tatum's moved into that space.
Luka, probably.
Luka, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's so many guys that are like on the precipice,
Yeah.
Like Brunson's in that direction. Halliburton's moving in that direction.
Yes.
Out west, some of those guys are older. Like I feel like I'm trying to think of like these 1 through 5 year guys. I'd argue Bam is in that group.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Toward his 8th year.
He's an Olympian.
Come on, 2-time.
Yeah, 2-time Olympian, yes.
Yeah. He probably got another run in him.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And if the next head coach is the guy I think he's going to be.
Is Jimmy a Hall of Famer?
Wow. Probably in hindsight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be. It's tough not to love
I
the
love
way that he
Jimmy.
plays.
To me, he's like, I don't say this to diminish him, but like a poor man's LeBron. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, he's not as big as LeBron.
Correct.
He does LeBron stuff.
Correct, exactly.
Yeah, particularly at the rim. It's hard not to appreciate his entire tale.
Yes.
Right, of how he got in.
Coming from nothing.
Come on, man. I kicked out the house.
Yeah.
Get to junior college. Get to Division I, high-level basketball. Have to grow. Get picked last in the first round. Have to grow. And then be one of the most sought-after pieces, for a 4 or 5 year period.
Yeah.
I think a championship would probably nail it down, but I can't believe that people who are it depends. Like, we don't know who the voters are
Right.
at all. This isn't an outside, voting process. I think it's 24 people end up voting for Basketball Hall of Fame. But if any of those people are contemporaries to this era, it'll be a no-doubter, no-brainer.
Yeah.
I don't know how old heads really look at Jimmy. I think they appreciate the way he plays.
Right.
But
He has that 90s feel.
Yeah, but he wasn't, he just wasn't that perennial all-star.
Right. Or
Same
consistent
way.
also.
Right, but man, when engaged, when needed, when doing.
Playoff Jimmy.
He didn't like that moniker. I don't know why.
I don't think he liked
I
that.
don't know why. That's pretty awesome. Your best is at the most important time?
Correct.
Yeah.
I do think that they probably would have won a title if he would have stayed in Philly.
Well, that was Philly's fault.
I agree.
We came in there and snatched him.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I wonder. Again, Embiid's body. Do they go and get Maxey? I don't know if they actually make that happen or not.
Yeah.
It's tough, right? Like, you start thinking about this stuff in a vacuum, and
Right.
This butterfly wing makes that tree fall,
Right.
and that tree hits that rock, and
The other one I think about that's also pointless is, would LeBron still be dominating the East if he hadn't left?
I think LeBron dominates wherever. He'd dominate Pluto if that was where we played basketball. Man.
Because he left and that vacuum opened up.
Yeah.
And it was Kawhi, Giannis, everyone started winning.
Yeah.
We
came back through.
Yeah.
With our crew. It's a testament, right, to him that the balance of the league, even now into his 40s, it just kind of tips wherever he is. I know why I love him. 81 playoff games in 4 years.
Tell me your greatest LeBron moment.
Oh, that's so funny, man. Well, like at the top of the list is him making the decision. Because we all watched it like everybody watched
Yes.
it. I don't even think Dwyane was sure. He was having dinner down on the beach too, watching it. I think I know what he's going to do, but I'm not sure until it comes out of his mouth. This will probably be strange for people. His first game back in Cleveland. The December night, it was a national-only game. It was a one-off, so I didn't even go.
Really?
It was a TNT-only game.
Okay.
So we didn't travel. Only radio traveled to
Got
the
it.
game, which is what I love now about my hybrid responsibility. For 17 years, I was just television. And then now we'll go into the 5th year of me doing both. And so I'm at every single game. There's not a game that I'm not a part of now.
That's awesome.
But I watched that on television we had our road rally, tongue-in-cheek, was at the Clevelander.
Okay.
For his return
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Cleveland.
yeah. South Beach.
And what a crime that place is not going to be around forever. But the vitriol, and I know my people. I didn't recognize my people.
Burning his jersey.
It was.
I remember all that.
Oh, my God, man. I think of all the agony we've been through as Cleveland sports fans, Ohio sports fans. I'm like, how did this rise to this level of disdain, man,
Yeah.
hatred? But it didn't matter.
He made up for it.
We went in there and kicked their ass. When he came back.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that night was such a wonderful deflection of the outside noise.
Right.
I don't know how he found it, but he did. And they had to sit down and be quiet that night. And then, they waited 6 or 7 years for him to come back and give them one of those beautiful parades.
I got to tell you, I cried that night in 2016 when he won.
Something else.
Oh, my goodness. I was just so happy for him.
Yeah. I wasn't happy for him.
For the city, because you're from Cleveland. That's right.
I was happy for that place, man.
Yes,
I had not
52
seen
years.
a championship since the 60s. That Browns team I told you.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful.
Did you go to parade? No.
I'm here. I'm here through and through. I actually grew up a Lakers fan.
Really?
Pat Riley, Showtime, Lakers with Magic, Kareem, James Worthy.
How was that working
All
for
those
him
guys.
after?
It's still
For
surreal.
Pat, is this a real?
I feel like 8-year-old me every time I see him. I still call him Coach.
Okay.
Grown-ass man, 53 years old. I can't call him Pat. Just can't bring myself to do it. And I don't want to. I
Right.
want to have that
It's that
level
respect. Yeah.
of reverence and respect. He's the same age as my parents, so if my father was alive. He's just a little bit older than my mother. And he's earned just being of that generation. For
Right.
me, he's earned that respect.
Right.
And then the resume, if you got a day to go through it all, that earns it. I love that in his 80s now, that he still has the energy, excitement, the wherewithal
Yes.
to still dig in and be the captain, the architect, the leader of everything that is Miami Heat.
Speaking of Pat, let's go deeper into that. Talk to me about Heat culture. Is it a real thing?
Yeah. It's not complicated. It's not a slogan.
Right.
It's not just a thing that we slap on the floor or on our
Right.
shirts. I think it's most simplified, deciding who and what you are and never deviating. Ever. Might
Sticking
bend
to your
it-
guns.
Might bend it here and there.
Right.
Special rules for special people. Thank you, Jimmy Johnson, for that. But for the most part, man, like you hear Spo say it all the time, we are not for everybody.
No.
I'm telling you, from tip to tail. From the Harrisons all the way down to whoever just got hired last week. There's something that you have to understand. And some things have changed over the years internally. There are more people, particularly on the business side,
Right.
that this is their job, this is their career, this is their profession. But they're going to get swept up in it. I don't care if you come in and you just think you're going to be a line accountant or that you just sell ads or you do data on the movements of our fans.
Right.
You are going to get swept up in the culture because it was decided a long time ago. And you probably put a pin on 1995 when Mickey took over managing control of the team and hired Pat Riley. That's probably where you can just stick it right in there 30 years ago.
It's been that long.
That was
wow.
when it was decided how we're going to be. Now you can get into the weeds about the type of player and what that looks like, or
Right.
the type of employee and what's that.
Right.
But for the most part, it can just be simply explained and looked at.
As a podcaster, I needed a place to share my voice and hear other stories. That's how Forge Studios was born. A place created not just for me, but for everyone searching for something more. An environment where as soon as you walk in, you feel the energy and you feel welcomed. Where being seen and heard is part of the experience. A place for entrepreneurs to share their journey, for creators to bring ideas to life, for businesses to grow authentically. A space that values mental health, encourages real conversations, and supports those who turns ideas into impact. Here at the Forge Studios, creativity, culture, and purpose aligns and comes together to help you create something greater. A place where we leave the filters behind and we start expressing ourselves for real. The Forge Studio. Your journey starts here. Your impact starts now.
Our head coach has been a part of the organization for 30 years, in which more than half of that he's been the head coach.
Right.
Our president, 30 years. The same family, we have moved into third generation of leadership
Wow.
from the inception of it. And the team's not 40 years old yet. Wow. I've been in the organization, it's my 22nd season, and I'm still not a senior as it pertains to seniority in my own department.
That's crazy.
Think about that. Erik Reed and Jose Pineda have been there since the beginning.
Wow.
They're going into their 38th year, man. I'm 16 years behind forever.
That's insane.
Right? So it's a unique place that is very certain about who they are and what they are and the responsibility that we have, both as stewards of the game and of our community. None of that's complicated.
No.
Just don't be so weak in the knees when it's not easy.
It's about discipline. Yeah.
What a perfect way to explain it.
Yeah.
We're not pointing fingers at one another when the bleep hits the fan. Dig in.
Yes.
Dig in and fix it. And that takes everybody. Marketing, HR, basketball ops, parking crew, you name it. Everybody's in on this excellence.
And the Heat, I feel because of that culture, they're always in the top 8 or top 10, always.
At least in it.
Yeah, always.
That I look around and I go, man, in my time, only been 3 dudes picked in the lottery. 3. And that's my time. I just missed Dwyane. So
yeah.
That was in his second year. And so I go, well, I prefer that. So while we may have to spend some time in the middle and work from there, and that's hard, I'd rather that than what the folks in D.C. have been dealing with.
Yes.
Or the folks in Charlotte have never experienced. Or the folks in Seattle wishing a team came back. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I'd rather just compete. Like, that's all. It really is. Just don't ever put yourself in a position where you cannot compete. And if you do it, it's one-offs over 30 years.
Right.
You know, that it's 10% of your existence, not the other way around.
Who do you think, probably a weird question, but who do you think has had more impact in that Heat culture, UD or Dwyane Wade?
It's different. It's just different.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way I do it. Dwayne's our greatest player ever. So that then and now is exalted in the heavens.
Right.
Right? That's stuff that you watch when you watch it back. You're
3 championships.
how the hell did he do that? You know, that's that.
Yeah.
Whereas Udonis was just this steady, constant presence that just maintained a lot of the stuff that we talked about earlier.
Right.
About this is who we are and this is what we are. That's not changing for you or anybody else. And UD was the constant reminder of that, right? And so I think you acknowledge each at a very high level, but just differently, because Dwyane's kind of a leading man in that part, but there's a leader,
right?
In UD that's so very different.
Would you say that UD is cut from that Alonzo Mourning cloth?
Well, that's who we watched.
Right.
So the guys, PJ Brown and Grant Long. And,
yeah.
Those are so hard. Cats that just come to work with a hard hat and a lunch pail with a thermos in it.
Yep.
And the thermos has a wrapping of plaid, like it's flannel, and they revel in it. Like that's their joy. I mean, Alonzo was a star. When you think about those names, Alonzo was a star,
Yes.
Hall of Famer.
Yes.
But he played in that way that a guy like Udonis could relate. I got to put in this work. Remember, Udonis came out of Florida, thick and chunky. Got sent to Europe. Like, go work on your body.
Did he really? Yeah.
Changed it in 1 year.
Wow.
Came back and was a starter. And then the next year, he was a starter on an NBA champion. Against Dirk. Giving work to Dirk. So that's going to be, it's fun that they're now working in the same entity, you know, at Prime Video.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, that's going to be wild.
That's interesting.
They got to make sure they have it's funny, my perception of what Prime is going to do now coming into the NBA broadcast family is that they're going to do a lot of mixing and matching. So I hope, you know, at certain points, they get UD and Dirk in the same studio. That's going to be unique because Dwyane and Dirk went into the Hall of Fame together.
Right.
And so they relived a lot of stuff that, you know, I think they probably had to work through over that, that weekend of enshrinement. But that'd be fun to have those two together. Just a lot of 06 roll-ins.
Yes.
Yeah. And 11, by the way, because Dirk did get us back. He did get us back with that championship.
Does it feel better that you beat Dirk in 06? That you guys lost in?
No.
No. No.
I guess Udonis is the one person who could probably be like, eh.
You win some, you lose some.
Dwyane too.
Right, Dwyane too.
Like,
Yeah.
Push. Yeah, that worked out. Yeah, one for them, one for me. But no, not all the other. Definitely not Chris Bosh.
Or
if you
LeBron.
Well, definitely Bron, but you know, like CB. He couldn't make it down the whole way without showing us what that meant to him, right? And he's a kid. He grew up in the Dallas area too, so that's that's a whole other level of dynamic. But yeah, man, no.
Was that stressful that year?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit there and lie to you. Walking around here like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, and the Jackson 5, all rolled into one, going town to town. And it didn't start, like this rocket, shot off a pad. It was a little rocky, and then they found their way.
Yeah.
And you battle, and you get to the finals, and that wasn't easy, just getting to the finals. And
what do you think happened to LeBron, those finals?
You don't know what you don't know. It was the second time in the finals. You think you have everything. There was still kind of oh, your turn, no, your turn, no, your turn.
Right.
And, God bless Dwyane Wade yet again. Nah, man. That second year, coming out of that lockout, this is you, the best player in the world. So you got to be the best player on this team.
Right.
And so we will follow you with grace, and everybody will have their moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bron, you gotta be you. And so I think you learn the time that I think that coaches believe you're most open to learning is after winning. Right? That you're kind of on a high. And
right.
So if you're pointing out these things, man, there's nothing like feeling, and it's so crazy, right? Because there's 28 other teams that would love to be in your spot. Mm-hmm. Runner up in the finals. They take it right now.
Yes.
But man, when it happens to you, you feel like you didn't even make the playoffs, which is crazy. It's a weird way the brain works like that. But when you're accessing those feelings and you apply them to the way that you work out, you take your little 6 weeks off, and you're like, man, I might not make it to 6 weeks, brother. I might be in the gym in 2 weeks, So it starts that.
Right.
And the way that you watch film, the way that you hold other people accountable.
It always goes back to discipline.
And but sometimes it gets triggered by pain.
Yes.
Sometimes that's the real trigger.
Hurt.
Oof. Disappointment. Failure. And then you're like, I do not want this feeling again.
I think of Tatum. There was a shot of Tatum when he lost the championship to the Warriors. There's a shot of him watching the confetti come down for the Warriors.
It's important to take that in. Take it in. That's not performative. That literally is like,
yeah,
I don't I don't want this.
Ever again.
I don't ever want to do this again. Yeah. He found the way, though.
He did.
And so then it becomes, are you greedy? Are you complacent or are you greedy? Was one enough?
Yeah.
One's enough if you're great, to kind of seal you for all time. But then there's another room. It's like the club inside the club inside the club. That's them old 90s clubs on the beach where it was like, oh, wait, what's back there? I thought I was in the club. Oh, no, Prince and Madonna are back there hanging out. Those are the cats that win 2, 3, 4 championships. They're like their legacy has more weight. I don't know if that's right or wrong. It just is.
Yeah.
But sustainability, right? It's back to what we were talking about before. Okay, I got here, but now can I stay here?
Right.
Because everybody's now gunning for it because that agony and pain, I put that on them. I had to do, and that's how it, I think so much about the process of the Pistons, right? Pistons had to get through first the Celtics.
Yeah.
Then they had to get through the Lakers. Then they got to their championship. And then here come the Bulls. Had to try to get through them. Got through them, then they went through. It's not like a hand in hand anymore. I don't see that per se.
Yeah.
But there's something to losing and then wanting to be on top, and then whoever you put down is coming after you. And that's what we've seen now for over a half decade in the NBA.
Right.
It's not like always a direct connect.
Right.
But it could come from anywhere.
Yeah, I think OKC has a lot to prove this year.
They were able to stay together. That's big.
Huge.
That's off the top.
Yes.
Now, can they deal? I feel like they've been hunted for a minute because they had a couple really good regular seasons. But can they deal with the rigors of 82 games productively? Will the bodies hold up because you've played now more games?
Right.
Getting deep into the playoffs.
And the pressure.
And you know what? I feel like that's the part that you start to deal with better. As you kind of get to the mountaintop and you sniff the air, you're like, oh, no, I can breathe up here. I'm cool. Yeah, I'm good. But it's, just getting through it. People do, I feel like people underestimate 162 baseball games, 82 basketball games, 82
It's a lot.
NHL games. So get out of here.
Should it be shortened?
Yes, but it'll never happen.
Yeah.
Who's turning the gate money back in?
Right, nobody.
No
owner.
Body.
No.
And it would take a commissioner coming to the table with a partner, a television partner or a corporate partner that would circumvent the 18 games I'm talking about taking off the schedule.
Right.
Good luck.
Never going to happen.
Home games in a really big arena, like a marquee arena, probably net $5 million each now. I'm probably underselling it. I'm just thinking.
Right.
And so now you just got to walk in the room saying, okay, here's $75 million times 30 for us to play 64 games,
Never going to happen.
No.
What are your thoughts on the play-in tournament? Me
Love
too.
it. It has been
It's great.
the
It's
most
fun.
important addition to the game itself during the Silver tenure.
Yeah.
Because it is now there are 20 teams through April engaged.
Yes.
It's almost eliminated tanking, which is beautiful. And the other 10 teams that are kind of like out of the conversation,
Yeah.
I think are so bad that the expectation is, do whatever. We'll see you, at the combine.
Right.
But you have 2/3 of the league that are just going for it, And it actually kind of pulls, because it's 10 spots, right? It does kind of pull something from that bottom 5
Yes.
in each conference. That it's really only 2 teams that you go, okay, they're not going to do anything.
Right.
But there's still that battle for 10. It's so healthy.
I agree. I think it made December basketball so much fun.
Better than
It used to be so boring. Not boring, but like, all right, a December game.
Yeah.
Not that important, not that meaningful.
Yeah. Oh, the in-season too. Yeah. The in-season tournament, I think, has been important because, one, what you just mentioned, but it's creating a new tradition.
Yes.
That my grandchildren will know nothing other than, oh my God, there's this other championship that you can play for. And I think that really
got it. You were talking
about the play-in at the end of the year.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Both great ideas.
But
yes.
the in-season tournament, I think, is just super healthy.
Yes.
Just as creating another tradition, like I said.
Right.
Yeah.
But going back to your point, yes, I also love the. Is it play-in? What's it called?
So the play-in is at the end of the year.
Yes,
To
yes,
get your
yes,
final
yes,
two
yes,
teams.
yes, yes.
And then we don't call it an in-season tournament anymore. It is the Emirates NBA Cup.
Emirates.
NBA Cup.
Got it.
If Emirates isn't paying for you, I apologize.
Emirates,
So
Emirates
you just
NBA
can
Cup.
call it the NBA Cup. But,
Got it,
But
yes.
it's been indoctrinated into us to call it what it is.
Makes sense.
But the cup is, as I like to call it, the cup.
The cup.
It does make a November, December, because you get the energy, right? You get the
Right.
energy of the first 2 weeks, season
Right.
starts, and then boom, now you got these Friday night, Tuesday night games
Yes.
that are. Oh wait, there's another standing. So even my team just crapped on itself in the first couple of weeks. It's almost kind of a zeroing.
Right.
And oh yeah, but we got these 4 or 5 games that could lead us to some really cool stuff, later down the road.
Going back to the play-in for a second, yes, I love how you're including more teams, you're adding more games, you're adding more excitement, and there's that NFL type feel. One game, that's it.
Yeah, it's
Like a wild card.
We've been very fortunate in that space. I'm ready to not be in it.
It's true.
I'm ready to just have our spot.
I think the Heat have been in
Chill
every
out.
single play-in. Haven't they been in?
I'm not going to fight you. Since it's invention. All right. Yeah, I'd rather play. We might have 1 year off in there, I think. Actually, I believe there's 1 year somewhere in there where we weren't in there. But the last few.
Yes.
And then having to battle from the 10 spot. First team to ever come out of the 10 spot.
That was
since its invention.
crazy.
To have to go to Chicago, go to Atlanta.
You
get
beat
in.
all the juggernauts in the East.
Oh, God. You had to get through it.
That Boston Miami game, that series was so good. So good.
All of them.
Yes.
When you think about the history of our leader, right? Pat Riley and all of the battles when he was playing,
Yes.
late 60s, early 70s, trying to finally get that championship for the Lakers in 72. And then his coaching days, battling head to head.
Yep.
And then, pretty much anything meaningful that we've done outside of the 06 championship, Boston's been involved.
It's true.
So battle and win.
Is he going to retire anytime soon? Every single
I'm not
year.
asking him. I'm not asking him to.
Every year I hear he's going to retire.
I never hear it. Externally, I hear it, but not internally.
Right.
Not internally. No, like I said earlier, man, he's so locked in.
Yeah.
Still into the building, still into the competition. I think Spo loves having him around.
Right.
Actually, I know he does. I'm not saying that. I think.
Hypothetically, though, if he was to retire, is Spo taking over?
I don't know how that's worked out.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's even been discussed, but there's so many options.
Right.
Spo would be wonderful in both, head coach and president if he wanted to do that. Andy Ellisberg obviously is there. Our CEO, Nick Arison, Nicky's son, is a leader on both sides of the wall, business and basketball. So there's plenty of people in place and nobody sitting there trying to.
Right.
When you,
Are you done?
it's a blessing, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows it, and so now it's an issue of how has he balanced his life, and I think he's done a really good job with that. He's figured out how to be a grandfather and the godfather all at the same time.
Talk to me about Erik Spoelstra.
How long we been going?
75 minutes.
Yeah. I don't want to take up the next 15 just talking about him,
Do what you got to do.
but I could. This man's my contemporary. He is not quite 2 years older than me, and I was a father before he was. I was a spouse before he was, but I have taken cues from him every step of the way. The way that this savant, the genius in his basketball approach, is second to none. That's obvious.
It is.
Look
It really is.
After timeouts, schemes, the way that he will throw the kitchen sink of your offense. Just what are they running? What is this that I'm looking at? We did not prepare for this at shoot around this morning. I love that. What I've loved about his continued evolution is the management of personalities. Is that if you take a step back and look at Spo as a being, I don't know that he's super extroverted. Like, that's not,
Right.
like, he's not this Riley personality.
Right.
But he's figured out in his way, in his tone, in his doctrine, keep the rules low, right? Where's Spoelstra rules? Show up on time, be prepared, enjoy each other's success. It's not this document after document of, and at 5:07 p.m. we do this.
Right.
Be on time.
As a podcaster, I needed a place to share my voice and hear other stories. That's how Forge Studios was born. A place created not just for me, but for everyone searching for something more. An environment where as soon as you walk in, you feel the energy and you feel welcomed. Where being seen and heard is part of the experience. A place for entrepreneurs to share their journey, for creators to bring ideas to life, for businesses to grow authentically. A space that values mental health, encourages real conversations, and supports those who turns ideas into impact. Here at the Forge Studios, creativity, culture, and purpose aligns and comes together to help you create something greater. A place where we leave the filters behind and we start expressing ourselves for real. The Forge Studio. Your journey starts here. Your impact starts now.
Be prepared. So be a professional.
Right.
Right? And then be the greatest type of human, selfless. If it's not going for you, make sure it's going for somebody else. And be genuine about your joy for that. Come on, man. Buy me something else you need in a team environment. Like talent, work ethic. But that comes with the territory. Or you're not going to be around long. Like, nobody needs to assess you if you don't meet the standards of talent and work ethic. The rest, those other three things, like, you have to buy into. It's never about him. To my detriment, by the way, because I'm a storyteller. So his story is one that I'd love to tell more often, but that's not his interest. He knows that we are all here in service to these men that put their bodies on the line, that sacrifice friends and family to be the very best of the very best. There's 450 of these gigs on the planet.
Yeah.
And by the way, 125 of them are now held by people who aren't from here. The world loves this game. And so since 1992, when our finest players went over to Barcelona and created this explosion of love of basketball, that's not a horse going back in that barn.
No,
right?
no way.
It's running wild around the globe. And by the way, that's a great thing.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, we don't need to have misplaced patriotism
Yeah.
over the international glory of basketball. We do that every 4 years in the Olympics. We don't even have the right mindset about World Cup, by the way, but the Olympics, right? That's our thing. But anywho, Spo is easy to admire, wonderful to chronicle, and I'm so glad that both he and the organization committed to one another for an extended period of time.
Yeah. There's no reason to go anywhere else.
Man, I'm just glad we're that certain as an organization.
Yeah.
Right? There just aren't that many that are willing to do that. I think Golden State maybe has developed that, but not to the level of this.
Do you think it was right what happened to Mark Jackson with Golden State?
But not wrong either.
Okay. Right? I know what you mean.
It's the circumstance of the job.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't understand or no, not understand. If you're unwilling to, due to your beliefs or your stance, to understand what is being asked of you from ownership, right or wrong, right? Look it up yourselves, people. I'm not going over what happened with the Lakers and Mark Jackson.
Right. If you don't know by now.
If you don't get it, if you don't understand, right? But there's a standard all of us have that supersedes our own existence.
Right.
And that's, to a certain belief, to a certain extent, our belief structure, a certain extent, our personal stuff that you bring to the workplace. But Mark told us, he told us when we weren't listening, that he had the best shooting backcourt in the history of
Oh,
the NBA.
yes, he did.
Told us it before the numbers told us.
He did.
Told us it before Kerr got there.
Yes.
Told us it before a championship was won. And we were all like, yeah, how about they play first? Like,
Right,
these
right.
are oft injured individuals. But, man, they got their bodies together, and he was right. And what I have not enjoyed is Mark Jackson not getting another job.
Yes.
That's absurd.
I agree.
We've seen a lot of people with less experience, with no pedigree, with no sweat in it. Remember, Mark Jackson was like one of the top players.
Yeah.
Not like superstar level, but a really good starting point guard
Yes.
in this league for a very long time. And that should mean something beyond having a conflict with one set of owners and that then trickling into
To ban,
kind of
basically, yeah.
I don't want to get. I don't believe collusion's possible in this day and age, but from afar, people can say, "Yeah, I just don't want to be bothered with that,"
Right.
and that's a shame because I do believe he's dedicated. I do believe he was skilled, and that I think that should afford another opportunity.
Going back to you for a second.
Sure.
Do you have a routine that you do on game days? How do you get yourself ready? Do you still get nervous?
There's no nervousness. There's just excitement. Like I love the performance.
Yeah.
So that's not. I get like geek. Like I get
I know what you mean.
buzzy.
I know what you mean, yeah.
I'm ready for the light to come on. My routine is pretty routine. Like that. To answer the question, it does slot itself into times. I am not a morning person, so thank God I have a night job.
Yes.
So I have some of my preparation outsourced. I get that usually 10 a.m. We have a noon production meeting, so I use that 2 hours just to make sure I am in full awareness of what we're trying to accomplish in pregame, in postgame, on television, and then the stuff I'm going to do, calling the game on the radio before that meeting.
Right.
There's no way to get that all done in 2 hours, and so I usually pick the spot board preparation for game calling. And for those that don't know, I basically have all the information on every player, all the trends on each team statistically, information about news and information around the teams, and some really good news and nuggets on the head coaches. And then I kind of familiarize myself. I have a color coding system. It's like the edge of OCD without being OCD. Like
Got you.
Pink storyline, green personal story, gold is season averages, blue is last game's averages, orange is phonetic spelling. Like I can
Look
do
at that.
this.
You got it memorized.
Dude, I can do this. And I haven't done a game since April, so that tells you how ingrained that is. But that also baptizes me in the information. I'm looking over every little single thing. Now, a lot of my colleagues prepare all that information themselves. I started calling games at 49. Smarter, not harder. So I found a company that does that, and then I make it look like the way I want it to.
Right.
And then I
Good
hired
for you.
a young lady that did a startup last year in Canada, and I loved the idea of being the charter member of her first set of clients, and so gave her a shot, and she was fantastic. Still is. This is our second year working with her, and so that is kind of like game prep. I stopped working the night before. I was like, you got to give yourself some breathing room.
Yeah.
So this just doesn't encompass your existence. So I work,
Right.
even though I don't like mornings.
Work-life balance.
I work exactly. So I try to work in the morning of game days. At home, I don't go to shoot around because of where that meeting sits. On the road, I don't go to the meeting. I go to shoot around.
Okay,
So
that makes
that's-
sense.
Yeah. So I'm more
Switch it up.
present.
Right, more involved.
Pleasant with players and connectivity. I'm a napper. So I have got to be done no later than 2. I want to be done at 1:30.
Okay.
I get in at least 90 minutes or 2 hours so I can maintain that high energy level. No one on our squad does pre-game
That's awesome.
and post, except for me, a producer or two, the crew in the truck, and Amy Adebert. And so because we do all of that, man, I got to have it. Amy's a little younger than me, so she doesn't nap yet. But I got to curl my toes up under under the comforter.
I get that because you're not home till
at
like
least
what, like 1 a.m. No, 10.
That's usually we're out of the building just after 11.
Okay.
But that's 5 o'clock.
Yeah. It's a long time.
What do most people do at 5 o'clock?
They're home.
Happy hour, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
It's time to eat.
Especially Miami.
Yeah. So I most games I'm out right after the game, just cigar or some brown libation.
Nice.
Something
Yeah.
that. But so I'm usually home about 1:32. That's kind of like the 8 o'clock. For folks who work 9 to 5. Ritual as it pertains to like before games, just a pound for Amy. Boom. Before we start the TV side, and then we just go 2.5, 3 hours of just. Actually, no. We started at 7 off the air. Yeah, that's 4 hours, man.
Nonstop.
Oof. But whenever it gets tough, I remember a very simple thing. I did not pay to get in here. And they pay me to be here. Mm-hmm. That's a wonderful combination. So it's a gift. It's a gift, so you treat it as such.
What about your off season?
Ain't nothing better.
It's what from June.
The second we're done,
which is what, April or June?
Depends on when
Okay,
we lost, but somewhere in that window.
Right.
So let's just make it July 1.
Okay.
Right, where you're done.
Right.
Until basically October 1. So you get this nice little window of 5 months, sometimes 5.5, sometimes 6. To just breathe life back into it. Like I've said, so Shane Battier had that term, the rigors of 82, because it is.
Yes.
It is. This is not baseball where you get to unpack in the hotel room for 3-4 nights. This is city, leave the city. City, leave the city. Go home. Home you can hang around a little bit, but you're game. It is taxing, even when you don't play. Like It's still taxing. And so the off season helps you really revive. The only thing that's unfair is I don't want to travel. So the beautiful thing is my kids were high-level athletes growing up. So we had like 4 or 5 like quintessential American family vacations. And then it was just games. And then they're both college athletes. So when that ended, it was like, oh, shit, I got to take the family on vacation.
Yes.
And I don't want to go anywhere. I want to sit still. I live in paradise
so
where
much.
I want to go.
Yes.
But we got to get to Ohio. Both my wife and I are from Ohio. My oldest son now lives in New Jersey.
Okay.
So we got to go see Justin. Jordan's coming back to Miami. That boy loves being from and in Miami. So he hopes that he was going to have a job in sports. So our whole family, my wife and my oldest son are in intercollegiate athletics. My youngest wants to be in pro basketball, and I'm here. So we kid that sports is the family business. That's what we've all kind of connected to. I'm trying to decide who the best of us. I think Justin. It's funny because the most talented is either my wife or Jordan, athletic-wise.
Okay.
I'm last of the 4, by the way. It's so sad. My mind is probably the most sound. Sports mind, but they are better athletes. Justin competed all 4 years. Sherelle and Jordan did not. Sherelle was injury. Jordan was just probably just too much athletics before getting to college. But Justin, track and field, Nova Southeastern, all 4 years, jumping and running. And yeah, man, back to your actual question, the off seasons.
A lot of family time.
You try it, right? That was makeup time for me. And I was off the same time as the boys.
Right.
So it was really
That's nice.
Perfect. Like we always kid that first 2 weeks I would kind of bust in. What's going on around here? I'm in charge, right?
Dad's home.
They're like, yo, this is an operation. Like, we're fine tuned. Like let us finish the school year, and I would, it does like just trying to land and figure out.
Right.
But I have learned how to do nothing
Detune.
extremely well. It's a skill set.
It is.
Turn it off.
Do you travel with the team?
I do.
That's incredible.
It's the best. You know what it does? It ruins commercial travel.
Yes, it does.
I just took my last commercial flight of the off season this last weekend, and thank you. I'm so glad to be done.
How does that
Charter
work?
life is the best, man. God, right to the TSA.
Okay.
Right. But
Okay.
there's only 50 of us, so.
Yeah.
Right? When in Miami, you walk to the plane, get on the plane, tip to tail, first class seats, tip to tail. I sit in the last row of Heat Force One, as I call it. And it's as good as the first row.
Is there an airline that provides a service?
Delta is the charter service.
Delta, got it.
Yeah, so the NBA actually, I don't know if this is, I don't know if a lot of people realize this. The NBA has created the finest travel industry because they service not just the majority of NBA teams, but the majority of Major League Baseball and NHL teams.
Wow.
Yeah, it's about 16 planes that the NBA owns.
Really?
And they're all in conjunction with service from Delta. And those planes never freaking stop moving. And so I think they're rotating in some new ones here over the next couple of years. But yeah, NBA, MLB, NHL, all in planes that are a beautiful source of income for the league. But yeah, man, we'll get dropped in Milwaukee and they're like off to Detroit to pick up, some
That's
other
crazy.
NHL team.
Right.
And the spring comes around and they got to go pick up baseball teams.
My goodness.
Those folks that are staffed, particularly for charter for sports, man, they're on the move. They like when baseball shows up. They're like, oof, get to sit in the city for a minute.
And relax, take a deep breath.
Yeah, and baseball kind of moves all at the same time. Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, kind of like
Right.
the days that baseball moves. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, kind of sit still. So, but yeah, the charter life is critical. Get off the plane, right? Get your bags on the bus to the hotel. I stopped wearing winter coats.
Okay.
Because I'm like, plane, bus, hotel. Hotel, arena, bus, plane.
Spoiled life.
I might get a Scully and a scarf. Scully and a scarf. Oh, yeah, but I get it, man.
I
The
love it.
second I go back into general population, I'm probably a basket case. I'm probably not the most enjoyable person to travel with initially. I remember I used to embarrass the boys. I'd be in line in TSA going, it doesn't have to be like this. We are not safer. It's nothing like being hushed by a 10-year-old.
When I travel with the Heat,
I try not to go that far. I know a better way.
do you see yourself retiring with the Heat?
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. I know the day.
Do you?
I know the season. I'm not going to tell you. Don't ask. I haven't told the Heat yet. But listen, I'm the son of a man who died way too young. And so I cherish, kind of that last chapter.
Yeah.
That last fourth of my life in a way that I think I interviewed Marv Albert after he called games for 60 years.
Wow.
And he said,
What an interview.
I'm going to miss these tentpole things, right? Christmas Day, opening night,
Right.
the playoffs, the finals. What I will not miss is being on someone else's schedule. Every year, Leo, I am sitting there in late July waiting for the schedule to come out so I know what my life looks like for the next 8 months. Am I missing Thanksgiving? Am I missing Jordan's birthday? Am I missing Christmas? Am I missing New Year's? Where is Easter going to be?
That's so real.
That's
That's
legit.
real. Right.
Thank God the majority of my family, my immediate
Right.
core four, our birthdays are in the off season. But poor Jordan, my youngest, December 1st. Missed 14 of his first 18 birthdays.
Oh my goodness.
It almost just became regular. It's just whack. But yeah, man, and you can't get any of that back. My mother's birthday is November 1st. I was so fortunate. I got to her 65th birthday as a surprise because she just wasn't, he ain't coming.
Right.
He's got to go somewhere and do a thing, but I was able to do that. But all those are off dynamics. Am I getting to graduation? My so far, so good. I've made every graduation, high school, college, and grad school. Got one more, May 2nd, 9 a.m., Tallahassee, Florida A&M. I'm going to be there.
You'll be there. You'll be there.
I don't know if that one can get me. I'm going to be there.
You'll be there.
That might be a missed game. We have to negotiate, but I'll be there. Thank God it's the first of graduation, though.
Yes.
Because if I have to get somewhere for a playoff game, which I hope I have to get somewhere for a playoff game, I'll be able to get there.
How do your boys see you? working for the Heat, being around all these players?
I was a 1970s father in the 2000s.
Okay.
So it was I raised them the way I just took away the beatings. I didn't think we needed to continue.
As a podcaster, I needed a place to share my voice and hear other stories. That's how Forge Studios was born. A place created not just for me, but for everyone searching for something more. An environment where as soon as you walk in, you feel the energy and you feel welcomed. Where being seen and heard is part of the experience. A place for entrepreneurs to share their journey, for creators to bring ideas to life, for businesses to grow authentically. A space that values mental health, encourages real conversations, and supports those who turns ideas into impact. Here at the Forge Studios, creativity, culture, and purpose aligns and comes together to help you create something greater. A place where we leave the filters behind and we start expressing ourselves for real. The Forge Studio. Your journey starts here. Your impact starts now.
That's a whole nother show.
Yes.
But there was a mentality in the black family that I truly believe was handed down through slavery. And I just was like, no, I mean, I'm sure my great-great-grandfather got beaten. Mm-hmm. He beat his son, and he beat his son, who my father was the next son, and we were the next sons. Mm-hmm. And my father shared right before he passed 20 years ago that was his greatest fathering regret, was not ending that. And both my brother and I thought he was lying because he seemed to enjoy it. You're like, boy, you're somebody that hated doing it, boy. You did it a lot. And you did it with a vigor and power that we never did the same. We did stuff.
Yeah.
And nothing big stuff. We were not problems for our parents. But my father didn't play when it came to doing what we were told to do. For me, it was my mother. My mother outsourced the beatings to my father. But he did. He regretted it, man. To tears. Like right before he was in hospice, he died of pancreatic cancer during the championship season, 06.
Really?
January of 06. And he was very, very honest and vulnerable and open about how he hated that. I had already decided I wasn't changing, I wasn't bringing that in.
Right.
But we were still, like, and compared to their contemporaries, we were super hardcore. And it served them. I think they now see it in their early 20s. Back to what you were talking about, that discipline serves them as professionals.
It's so important.
And it's automatic.
Right.
Right?
So much noise in the world.
My oldest son was able to get his first job in intercollegiate athletics after getting 2 master's degrees and then jump 3 spots.
Wow.
In what would be considered the standard growth in a college athletic department for his second job. We're not taking all the credit, but we put those tools in his box.
Of course.
If he ever has a question, if he's ever unsure, he doesn't even have to call us. Look in your box. Everything you need is always in there. So if you feel like you want to deviate, feel free. Test us. We know it works because we were of that.
Right.
And we gave it to you.
Right.
So there's generational assurance
for sure
that you're good.
There are other systems out there.
Check them out. Run it up against us. I'll be right here. That's why I tell them now. I'm like, I've moved into consultant mode. I don't even have office hours. Call me when you need me. I'm right here. I'm cool. Yeah, I know what to tell you.
I can't wait to get there.
Yeah, it's the best, man. I love being the father of adult children. And I didn't dislike any of the other stages. Really.
Right.
It worked out from infancy into toddlers, into preteen, into the teenage years because they were athletes. So it was
right.
I didn't deal with weird stuff that most people deal with.
Right.
A lot of emotional stuff. Right. I have ups and downs and winning and losing, but that stuff is good.
That's great.
How old is she?
I got a 5 and a 3-year-old.
Oh man,
2 boys also.
You're just coming out to shoot.
Yes.
But it'll be 15 years from now.
Like that's gonna fly, right?
Dude, you hear it a million times.
Yes.
Nothing more true than the light speed of middle school to college. Lord, you turn around, 6th grade, you're going, hey, man, maybe I should get him a phone. And then you're like, oh, shit, I might have to get him a car. You know, you're like, God, man, what happened in between? What happened? But I love now, man, we play golf together.
Oh, that's so much fun.
They are horrible cigar smokers, but I swear I'm going to get to, they weigh so many sticks, man. Now we have a beer or something else together. We talk, not like they talk to their mother is their confidant.
Okay.
I've told them we will never be friends. That's not our relationship. But we can be friendly, and we have a good time together. And the only reason I don't want your audience to think I'm harsh or super old school. It's just with my friends, man, I need everything in common. So Justin is just getting to that place where the bills are now coming to the house, and damn, I gotta get that. I gotta deal with that. But he's not married, he doesn't have kids, right? So the complication of his life is we're not there. Right? And when he gets there, I'm gonna be out of that.
Right.
So we're never really gonna really align.
Yes.
I'm like, I'll take your kids, but you better come back and get these fools. You know what I mean? I told you I was a consultant.
Yeah.
You know, I'm here to ruin everything that you put in place with your children. That's my job. So that you stay on it.
Right.
You know? So we're eating sweets, right? We're gonna stay up all night. Right? I'm never telling them no. They're like, who are you? Right?
I'm the grandpa.
Looking back at your parents and now and the way they treat your kids.
Oh, it's completely different.
Who are you people? Why are you so nice?
Yes.
They will not understand who you are.
She will let my kid get away with things that she used to beat me for.
But come on, man. And look at you.
I gotta tell you, Jay, my 3-year-old can throw.
And you know you can tell the difference.
Yes.
You can tell the difference.
My older kid is not athletic at all. He can't throw. He can't
There's
do
other things in life.
Yes.
That's it.
But my younger one,
when you
he's got
don't
an
have
arm.
to teach, maybe just how to hold it. But
Yeah.
Then you that's how Jordan was.
I'm putting that boy in baseball.
Come on, man. Is he left-handed?
No, my older one is.
Yeah.
He's right-handed.
There still might be something for the older.
There might be, yeah.
Teach him how to pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about seeing that, recognizing it, and then trying to cultivate it without burning them out. That's the key component. Kids are asked to
Any
do
tips?
And man, no AAU. No travel ball before high school.
So what's the better route?
Just skills.
Okay. Just learn the skills.
Learn the skills, man. You ain't got to play all these games. There's going to be a bunch of games in high school.
Right.
There's going to be a bunch of games. You're going to play travel ball eventually.
Right.
Just don't do it too early.
Okay.
Don't do it too early. Just have fun. Learn the game. Compete. Have fun with their friends. Play other sports. God, these coaches are insane. Coaches, stop it. Let these kids play other sports. Develop their bodies, balance. Some of the injuries, I think, are because there's just too much wear and tear.
I see.
On
one
singular
sport.
muscle groups.
It makes sense.
Build all of it, man. Play flag football. Play baseball. Soccer, if you got it in you. And play hoop. Run. Track and field is awesome.
Work out a little bit also. Go to the gym, lift some weights.
Yeah, but not too early, though.
Not too early?
Don't start throwing up weights until like the end of middle school.
Okay.
And then just be flexible.
Right.
Be strong. Bands, man. I wish we had the bands back in high school, back in middle school.
Yes.
I started lifting weights, man, right after 6th grade was over. My body responded to it well back then, but I'm like, man, that wasn't right.
Right.
That was weird, man.
A little too young.
Be 11, 12 years old lifting weights. and in Cleveland, middle school, junior high was 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
So 9th graders seem like grown people.
Wow.
Smoking with mustaches, man. I was like, get these grown folks out. What is on your lip? Is that hair? I don't have hair everywhere yet. Like, what are we talking about with this dude with a beard? And I got to play football with this dude, man. Get out of here. No, man, there's so much opportunity for competition. Turn development into competition for your young people. There's enough places recreationally to play games. And so get that in. Really seriously learn the game. Teach your kids the history of what they're playing, by the way. I think there's something really cool about a player that knows from which they came. even if it's in the early stages.
Right.
But the one thing I would have taken, particularly for my younger one, would have been fewer games. So it just wasn't this
Wear and tear.
you can't get away from it.
No, you can't.
And you get to college ball, and now they want you in the summer. And then we got the fall program. Then you got the season. Then the postseason program.
It's too much.
Come on, man. You don't make me hate this? Get out of here. Yes, sir.
I got a few more questions for
Sure.
you. I want to get a bit controversial for you.
All right.
With you. Tell me a couple of things that you wish to see different in the NBA. Could be rules.
Yeah, I
could
think it's going to be the entry. I'm going to be very, it's obvious for me. The game's in a good spot.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
There's these little tinkers that kind of make the game quicker or
Right.
allow for officiating to move a little quicker or those
Right.
types of things. That's stewarded well. By the way, I've moved one. By the way, people, it's 180 degrees if you change your mind. 360 means you came back to the
Full
same
circle,
place,
right.
You came back. So I've moved 180 on entry into the league. I don't think it's good for our game. I don't think it's good for the college game to have people come in so early.
Okay.
So
you're against high school students?
I want a hybrid.
Okay.
If you're good enough to come in at 18, cool.
Right.
Come on in. We'll
Like
decide.
Kobe or
by the way.
Garnett.
Right. Which, by the way, you will not go on and on naming 18-year-olds.
Right.
Right?
Very, very few.
But cool. We have a minor league now. So
Yeah.
If you can't do it, you go develop. But if you don't come in at 18, you go to school.
3 years. Okay.
I love it for baseball. I love that for baseball. That's the most, because football, you just don't have the body
Right.
to go do that.
It's
thing,
true.
Right? You want to go try to line up against Miles Turner when you're
Have
18?
fun. Good luck.
You will die.
Oh, yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah. It's not even like,
Your body, good luck.
it's just a not. It's a
I don't
dumb
know
move.
an 18-year-old blue chip 5-star. The 5 stars are just 4. I don't even remember. The top
5
star
stars. Yeah,
level tackle that could deal with that man.
Yeah.
Or Hutchinson up
Right.
in Detroit.
Good luck.
Get out of here. So anyway, I want to see that model from baseball that has the tiers to develop you, right? It can take 4 years for you as an 18-year-old to get through the
Right.
system, even if you just spend 1 year in each. These kids that blow through it, those are astonishing young players. But you go to college, first of all, go to college.
Right.
Get this universal mind.
Yeah.
Develop. By the way, if you major in baseball, you just take a bunch of classes and whatever interests you after you get your core studies done. You don't have to really worry about a track per se, except you do want to graduate.
Right.
It'd be nice to graduate.
And go live that college life. Go have that
Man,
experience.
it's so
It's
awesome,
fun. Yeah.
man.
Being 18, 19.
Oh, man, you have other responsibilities.
Right.
But think about a vast majority of college students have to have a job.
Yes.
That's your job.
Right.
Otherwise, go enjoy yourself, man. Go to the Gators game with UM or up to the Seminoles game with UM
Right.
and live that even as a student.
Yeah.
But I think it would be better for their development. It'd be better for the game in a college level. Definitely better for the game in the pro level. For us to really understand who these young men and women are in basketball. It just the assessment window would be better. But I'm saying I'm not going to eliminate the one-off phenomena.
Right.
Who's like, yeah, school's not for me. I'm ready. Let's do both.
Do you think that the G League can become that club level gateway
I never thought about
into
it.
the NBA?
I didn't think about that being it. I love now that it's a legit minor league.
Yeah.
That it's woven 30 teams through 30 teams. That's interesting, man. I think I would want the club structure in the same cities with the mothership.
Okay.
The professional club.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Is it the senior club? Is that what they refer
Yes.
to it as? The senior club. I would want that. I think that the map works out beautifully that in the places where there might be a gap between teams, that there's enough regionality that, Salt Lake is responsible for 5 states.
Right.
Or 4 states for Arizona. Milwaukee has to kind of dip down into Kansas and Iowa. Any of that. We're kind of like East Coast and Midwest heavy.
Yeah.
But I think that's the way to do it. I
Okay.
really do. I'm sure you have 15 NBA owners in your audience that are going, Jason, shut up. You're spending our money. It wouldn't be cheap, right?
No, it wouldn't
be cheap.
Right.
But you're investing in a better skilled player. And I don't know how you disperse the talent properly, because I'm not familiar with the draft structure.
Right.
That happens. I'm sure there's many different things that occur in the world game approach to building, but I'd like to see at least that club structure, and then we can figure out how we distribute the kids from there.
Should there be a limit per game, per team, on how many threes you can shoot?
No. Evolution.
Let him shoot.
It's evolution. We don't control how many passes. We don't control how many home runs. We don't control how many power plays. Get better at it. If you're going to shoot 50 threes, I think it's hard to shoot 40%. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. But three's more than two. So that's not changing. So embrace it. I think that it's still an exciting game. I don't want the mid-range to die.
Yeah.
It shouldn't die. But I think the best scorers score at all three levels.
Yes.
That they're going to rip it from downtown.
There are some mid-range
those
masters.
Beautiful little runners like Tyler Hero's baby floater. You kidding
I
me?
love that little floater he does.
God, it's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Right? We're always going to love somebody that can just throw it down. So that power game at the rim's never going away. But that little 17 to 20 feet, I think it's kind of like tattoos, right? Like you have
tons.
A beautiful assortment.
I have tons.
Right? And I have zero. Right? So I can convince my kids that zero is the cool way because nobody does zero, baby. It's kind of like the shift. Right? It's somebody's going to identify that that's a better percentage shot. We're going to have to make a high level percentage of them to match, what's happening out here because they get one more point. But I think there's something that we might see in the evolution that kind of draws the game, not back in, it's not happening.
Right.
But some players that are elite are going to realize, I need to hit a few of those, but if I knock down 10 of these joints, 20 points.
To this question, should there be a 4-point line?
No! This new rule that came in that we're going to induce more of the end of quarter and end of half shots
I
because
heard
they
that.
don't count against you. So now we're going to have a team field goal count. But if you make it, it counts for you. So there's an incentive now. Be authentic about the launch. Because what you've seen is guys time it out and it's after the buzzer, right? Or they won't take it.
Right.
But that's an exciting moment. So now we've legislated for it to come back in.
What's his name? Preacher in Boston?
Pritchard.
Pritchard.
Yeah.
He's very good at those shots.
Too good.
Yes.
I do not applaud him.
He's very good at
Heat
those
fan,
shots.
I am not applauding him. I refuse, but he is. He is. It's a fun moment. It can shift a lot of things. Las Vegas knows.
Yes.
But it can make a building explode. And again, in the end, this is entertainment.
Right.
In the end.
Yes.
Right? This is all entertainment. We're fighting for an entertainment dollar. Keep the game as entertaining as you can make it.
My last question for you. Second to last question for you. Tell me one thing that the average audience wouldn't know about your job or about certain interactions or what you have to do on your day-to-day.
This is awesome. So you see I grow this billy goat.
Yes.
This is the one thing that people don't realize, that I wear makeup on television. I think you realize that.
Yes.
But I cannot keep a goatee because it's now mostly white. Brown makeup and white hair equal orange.
Okay.
So I shave the goat. I grow it the second the season ends, and I grow it up until about media day, depending upon what my responsibilities are on media day. So Friday, we're taping this about a week out from training camp.
Yep.
And so I'm 3 days away from the clean jelly bean coming right back out. So I don't know if that's what you're looking for, but that is the most unique,
that's awesome.
unknown thing about my job.
Yes.
That's personal. From a actual job interaction standpoint, I think everything's kind of out there. I don't think there's anything that's super behind the scenes. Some people are sitting there going, "You wear makeup?"
Hello, you're on TV.
4K TV is like looking out of your window at someone, which is creepy. So when I started in standard def, we could probably get away with a little dusting.
Right.
Maybe even a little paper towel.
Yeah.
Just get the shine off.
Wait till 8K comes out.
Oh my God.
As a podcaster, I needed a place to share my voice and hear other stories. That's how Forge Studios was born. A place created not just for me, but for everyone searching for something more. An environment where as soon as you walk in, you feel the energy and you feel welcomed. Where being seen and heard is part of the experience. A place for entrepreneurs to share their journey, for creators to bring ideas to life, for businesses to grow authentically. A space that values mental health, encourages real conversations, and supports those who turns ideas into impact. Here at the Forge Studios, creativity, culture, and purpose aligns and comes together to help you create something greater. A place where we leave the filters behind and we start expressing ourselves for real. The Forge Studio. Your journey starts here. Your impact starts now.
But people gonna see in my pores.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Jax, you got a clogged pore. You should see your dermatologist. So that's that. That's the little nuanced.
I love it.
Jax hair care dynamic, and it's funny because Reverend Sharpton, right around here, you'll see it orange because he's got all his white hair right here. And you'll tune in and watch him, and it's like that's why I don't let brown makeup on white hair. That's it. Orange.
My last question for you.
Yes, sir.
What would you say to someone that wants to go into broadcasting, wants to do what you do?
Oh, yeah.
What advice would you give them?
Right. So we get so caught up in the presentation that we forget about the preparation. And the vast majority of, let's just say, the non-live stuff. Well, your preparation is all made of writing.
Yeah.
The long-form stuff, writing. Even if you test out a freshman English, if you're a college student, put your ass right back in it. It's composition. Taking a vast amount of information, synthesizing it down into a smaller presentation is my job. Like, that is the backbone of my job.
Yes.
And get it, digestible. And the second layer of that is if you learn how to edit, and now in this environment where you don't need this big old ridiculous two-tape machine, and
Right.
all this equipment, and you can literally do everything on a laptop. If you learn how to edit with any level of creativity, you will work every day of your life.
Wow.
The reason I got my first job in television was not because I had this vast amount of experience on air. I could cut my own features. That man was like, "You do what?" I was like, "Well, what do you think I've been doing for 4 years in my college internship?
Wow.
Cutting highlights and features."
Yeah.
And because I was able to do that, that's why I got a job in a market probably 100 sizes bigger than I should have been in to start. Was I could edit.
That's incredible.
And now I edit a lot of audio. Like a lot of the commercial spots that I do, a lot of voiceovers, I edit down for our editors so it's not 17 takes. Well, it's never 17 takes. But if I do have to pick up, like I clean all that stuff up before it even goes. I can't tell you last time I edited video. It's been a very long time, like mid-90s. But if I had to,
Right.
I mean, I got the basis idea of the pointing and clicking, right? But that'll be your way in, and it'll be your way through if you ever need to do it. So I tell all young people, man, be serious about composition writing, main idea, support, close. Maybe I just saved somebody money
100%.
on to do it. But you got to think about writing that way. You don't have people's attention long. In this medium here, man.
Oh, yeah.
First 3 seconds, you got to get them like that. Good Lord.
Yeah.
I hope I did that for you.
No, you did incredible. I love your answer because Your job is to speak. But the most important part about it is the writing. I love that.
Yep. You have to get to a place where you have the structure for which you put this body upon.
Right.
And it's always going to be the words.
Mr. Jackson, incredible.
Jackson, if you're nasty, I believe is how Janet put it. It's a pleasure. Leo, have me back sometime, man.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, this is awesome.
This was awesome. You are such a great human being.
Well,
A great story to tell.
I have my moments. We're all human. Man. That's what I say.
Do me a favor.
Yes.
Look at that camera. Let everyone know where they can find you.
Oh, my goodness. You can find me right across the street from the University of Miami in Coral Gables.
The you, baby.
On Twitter, at The Jack Show. On Instagram, you can find me at Heat Host, HEATHOST. I'm not really on Facebook. I just like watching. TikTok, can't help you.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming to the show
Yes, sir.
and spending time with us, sharing stories with us, sharing your knowledge with us, sharing your experience with us. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure's mine.
Thank you so much. Guys, that was an incredible conversation with someone who is part of Heat royalty. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.